of 2023. Kickoff in the Antelope Valley. It is AV Alta, their first ever Open Cup match, taking on Ventura County Fusion of USL League 2. Ricky, you've been through this before. You were in Lansing in USL League 1 when they first came into that league. To be fair, also when they went out. To be a part of something like this, we mentioned Ibarra specifically, but I feel there has to be a tremendous amount of pride from these players on the field here tonight.
It's not very often in the professional sport that you can create history, you can be the first to do something. So for this AV Alta side, first time at home, make this place a fortress and try to build that culture. Watch out here.
Dejun making the run. Angles inside, curls for goal, knocked away by Drux.
Just so direct, so intentional the way that he sets up his individual marker. And notice at the last second, he closes up his hit of this Ventura County from the academy to the first team, to pushing players and giving them the opportunity and a platform to take that next step in their career. And what an opportunity this is to play against a USL League 1 side and their home opener and spoil the party. Fantastic experience and fantastic chance for this Ventura County side.
Sehat turned around by Blancas. Of course, a new team means an amalgamation of parts being put together for the first time, this Alta group. Here's Cruz, ball tapped away from the former Cal State Fullerton player. Landed at Sporting KC2. Last year was their team MVP. A side that did miss the postseason, but he managed 11 total goal contributions in MLS Next Pro. Gonzalez. Dejun. That should be a standard. Standing supporting end. This ball curled at frame. That's easy work. Blancas hits it right at Dorian Drux. 20-year-old German goalkeeper applies his collegiate trade at Cal State Northridge. CSUN. As opposed to having a difficult conversation with your father, which is C, son. This gets out over the line. You can see the flags whipping here. This has been a major conversation around League 1 in every venue being different. The wind here in Lancaster is known for, at times, being fairly extraordinary. From the sounds of it, Alta didn't exactly have a pleasant weather experience in Lexington over the weekend. But this should be a pretty constant whipping flag throughout games here at the hangar. Comes all the way down to Drux. Although I suppose that makes Brian Claybon Jurgen Klopp in this analogy. I think he'd appreciate that.
I think anyone would. It's a good ball there.
Gonzalez. Haro goes back. He wears the captain's armband on this occasion. Will always be the first to wear it at home here. Dejun brings it forward. Robledo provides width. Robledo curling, and again another sprawling save from Drux. That will hit off the corner flag.
Notice how he receives this with his hips open. So that gives him the ability to play onto Robledo. Robledo uses momentum to his favor. Little drop with his shoulder.
Push into the back. Acuna back to his feet. Ortiz. Alasani. Playing the wind. Dejun brought it in. Gonzalez. Cruz got away. It's also worth noting they've practiced on this field, but this is very new turf.
Been really impressive with AV Alta, just a rotation centrally. How many times have we seen Dejun come centrally? Blancas provide with Robledo as well. Talks about the high IQ that Brian Kleban is trying to implement here with his side. Only their second competitive game in their existence. You cannot tell. Very comfortable within the system. Watch out.
Ball given away. Acuna coming out. Keeper got a piece. Ball atop the 6. Acuna chasing again.
And Wyndham just overcommits. Unable to read the body language of the ball. But yet again, notice how big Drugs comes off of his line.
And we'll circulate back through Gonzalez. Day 1 of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup in 2025. Robledo, oohs and ahs from the crowd, controls. Dejun pumps the brakes. Bit fortunate here. Gonzalez able to continue. Amasani, very compact.
Give your Keith Costigan 27 minutes in. Probably haven't had as much as the ball as you would like, but defensively you've been sound. Drugs seems up for it. You can make it a little bit more of a transitional game that will play into your favor. Last thing that you want is to get this thing wide open. Too much talent on the other side for AV Alta. Slow the game down. When you can play vertical, that's when you go quickly.
Master Antonio, what a run he and Union Omaha have had in League One. The Owls taking 3 of the 4 League One trophies over the last 2 years. I'm sure you're intimately aware of Master Antonio's skill set.
Very comfortable on the ball, true leader.
Nodding the ball forward, it's Acuna. Acuna leads it back, Dejun! The first home goal for AV Alta. The first goal in club history. And America's newest professional club celebrates their first goal in America's oldest soccer cup.
It starts with, but there is a little bit of rotation within the squad, so players are also playing for their jobs, playing for their places in lineups, trying to prove to their head coach that they deserve to be in the team sheet no matter what the competition is. So how do you approach this game with that mentality? And so far, they seem up to it. They seem hungry. Really high tempo this match has been played at.
Circulated back by Matthias Wynnum. To UC Irvine. Brian Kleban grabbed that, and he spoke to us about some of the internships he had at Barcelona. He said, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. We copied a pretty successful formula, brought it to the U.S. This touch through, Dejun's on the run. Relaford slowed him, didn't stop him, rolled ahead and cranked off the tee.
But he continues, he reads the pass already. And what that does, that closes down the space for Cruz to get on the end of it, closes down to shield that near post. Good effort in the end from Cruz, but that extra effort from Relaford, fantastic.
Goal preventing moment. Here's Matino. Relaford now joins into the attack. And jostling away at Alisani commits the foul. This ball will find its way through. Driving in and passing through the goalkeeper, Fofana, an equalizer for the Fusion. Abubakar Fofana out of nothing. Takes a direct ball over the top and rounds Aviles to equal it for the League Two side.
Not having success playing in between the lines, they just misjudge it. You talked about the win, Mike. Something that this back line needs to be.
And stay on side, but the reality is no VAR in this event. This ball lobbed over the top. Could it be a go-ahead again? Heavy ricochet toward the line, bashing away. Acuna couldn't get it over the line. Instead, it steered out over the end line. Sebastian Cruz breaking through, and Acuna can't draw Alta ahead a second time.
This back line, Lazard doesn't do well with the first one.
Oh, what a ball that is. Gliding in behind, keeper's out, Drux made contact. That.
Watch his left leg. Drux takes it out.
Dejun against Drux. For the go-ahead shortly before halftime, Dejun scores right down the middle. Cue the lights. 2-0 AV Alta. Usually when I hear Jerry chanted, I'm watching trash on television, but that is not the case here. We hope you enjoy the matches tonight, tomorrow, Thursday. Available to everybody, the way the beautiful game should. And these two sides giving us something late into the night here to enjoy on the opening day. I thought one thing that stood out in speaking with Keith, some of these guys for Ventura County, Lukic being one of them, first time they're wearing the jersey. That's sort of the nature of a lot of these League Two teams trying to scrap a team together for these March and April windows as far as they go. Free kick and the frustration evident from Miguel Pajaro. And some of these academy guys that have been with the club, guys that were a part of League Two last year, maybe graduated from school, eligible to play, those guys are going to carry on what it means to play for the badge and allow that to help dictate the emotion and the energy they play with. Ledoux will put it in play. Pops this over the back line, chested down, touched away from Lazar. Still it's on here, curled across.
Quick touch.
Cunha.
He's been impressive.
Cruz wants it through, there he goes. Motoring in behind, and he scores! Sebastian Cruz!
They've shown they can hurt you in numerous of ways, whether it is playing in between the lines, but just playing transitional football. Talk about a touch from Acuna. And then ropes.
Yaya, Lamelli, and Freeman. flung over the top. Marl held on to it. Offers it right to Drux. If you get one here, all of a sudden put a lot of pressure on Alta on home ground for the first time to see this out, and that is a lot easier said than done.
If I'm Keith Gothingen, I'm just telling my boys to play direct. Get the ball as far away from our goal as possible.
Ortiz!
I have two options here if you're Ortiz. I love the aggressive nature. No one steps up. So you can either go low and hard to that far post, or you try to go high. The wide areas of the field for AV Alta have become wide open. It seems as Ventura County Fusion has shifted into a three-back system.
Ball over the top. This could be a dagger. Tackled from behind. It is a penalty. The second earned by Alta in this game. And Dejeun won it. And if he takes it, he could go for a hat trick.
Great pick out over the...
Dejeun to put the exclamation point on. Drux knocks it aside. Keeps Ventura County's pulse, faint as it may be, alive.
Save here from Drux. Notice how he pushes off his right foot.
Interest in making headlines beyond trying to give these players the brightest spotlight possible on this night. And that shouldn't go unnoticed. Trotting in here is Yaya. Comes back outside to Lamelli. Came on at halftime. Freeman now. Lamelli. The path of Aviles. And the time is slipping through the hourglass a bit too quickly now for Ventura County. Excited to see Portland Heart of Pines, Hearts of Pine, all mixed up.
They have nice uniforms.
They do. This lifted above the bar, and it's tantalizing a chance as they've had in some time. You can smell a hat trick. Dejeun turns on the afterburners. That is deflected into the air and ultimately down to the goalkeeper, Drux. And the final whistle arrives. AV Alta in their first ever home game, their first ever Open Cup game.